So today I want to give a crack at an art style that I have never actually tried before on my channel, and that is Roman. Someone asked me to build a Roman house a few videos back, and by the way, I'll mention this now, if you want to see me build anything in a future video, just leave a comment. I read all the comments and I will consider everyone's suggestions, but today I'm going with the suggestion of a Roman house. Probably do something like a rich senator, Roman general style villa, some sort of grand countryside home. I think it'll be very cool, so let's get started. So for this one, I definitely wanted to go with a palette, and so this is what I'm working with today. This, I think, will be the walls of the home. This will be the ceiling, or the roof, and then this will be the outside courtyard pathway blocks, and then maybe just some fancier indoor blocks, like, you know how they have bathhouses, or like a study, some sort of more grand room, but I think the outside should be kind of weathered, sandy, and deserty. But that's pretty much the plan, or, well, lack thereof. I don't really plan these out very much, but that's what we're doing today. And if this is your first time in this series, this is what I've been doing for like a week now. I've been doing these kind of like mostly unedited building videos, and I think they've been pretty cool. Been very fun. I'll just build for a few hours. But yeah, so I guess the first thing to do would be to lay out some pathways, or at least the framework of the house. I'm going to go for like a horseshoe shape, I think, for the home. I don't know if that's realistic. To be clear, I'm not some historian. I'm not going to try to make something overly, down to the minute detail of like, oh, this is how they lived back then. Like, I don't really know. This is just kind of my best guess. But yeah, let's just start with this path hotbar. And then I'll also put the wall hotbar here. And then we'll start probably in this section. This is where the home is going to go. But yeah, let's lay out like the front entrance or so. Guess it could be 4 blocks wide. I guess I'm pretty quickly going to want to move this color palette out of the way, so I'll just shove this somewhere flat down here. I want to hold on to it just in case. Oh, and while I'm at it, let me grab some slabs so that I could put these custom blocks in here as slabs. Like that. Sweet. Yeah, this will be like a nice straight road. I guess like an access road on the side. And then we'll do a curve here. And then maybe like the front entrance will be right about there. I want the house to sit right on this plateau because it's like a beautiful view. And that's what a rich Roman person would probably have. I will say, is 4 too wide? Maybe it is. Let's just go with 3 blocks wide. Yeah, 3 is better. If you want to use this mod setup, by the way, check out the description. I don't have the mod pack linked because I still do not have the mod pack approved on Modrinth, but it's like a Google Drive situation. Just check out the description for info on that. Literally has been somewhere in the vicinity of 2 to 3 months waiting on approval for this mod pack. It is outrageous. Yeah, I foresee this build taking me a little while, though. I'm not going to try to do anything more than 4 hours, but maybe it'll be more like 3. I don't know. I don't want to commit to that yet, but I feel like to do this idea justice, it's probably going to take me longer than just... Oh my. Oh my goodness. What on earth? Okay. It'll take me a while. More than just an hour. That pig is having a bad day. Go away, my god. Curse looking. So this is going to go all the way up to about here. And then we could also have several buildings down below, because if it's like a rich senator, they probably would have like workers' quarters down below. That could come later. The house should be the focus. Yeah, let's call this good for now. This section. And then we'll do the front entrance path, which will be more like here. And what I'm envisioning for the front is that there will be a curving road, and these are going to connect up. So I guess the best way to do that is come into Axiom. I've not really done this at all because I'm trying to keep most of these builds pretty built by hand, but I could just paint in the curve that I'm envisioning or something like that, and then I'll do a better job of, you know, texturing that or curving it or whatever. Does that look good? Maybe a little bit more of an S curve. Like that. Okay. And then I'll turn that into sandstone. Well, hold on. I want it to be almost like straight right here. Yeah, there we go. And that'll be nice. Now we can replace these blocks. Like, that's so much easier than trying to like count out the curve, you know? Like, that's a much better approach. Yeah, that's gonna look so cool when this is done. This is just the road. think suspicious sand has a slightly different texture, doesn't it? Oh, wait, that's fire. It's got some grit to it. Oh, I should scatter that around pretty lightly. Because I don't want to, you know, make something special not special, but that's really cool. Just remembered that block. This is starting to get messy right here. Guess we'll just do slabs. And I mean, well, I'm trying to establish the color so I could finish this part up later. That's probably fine. Let's do the front now. That'll be the front entrance. So I'm thinking we'll have like, I don't know, like a rich person would have a reflecting pool maybe, or a pond, and then some trees, like orchard trees, which I guess I maybe would do acacia. Like that would be pretty cool right there. Gotta clear out all these bushes too. You know what? Here, this will be faster. Script brush, clear foliage. There we go. Easy money. It's not quite as flat as I thought it was, but I'll make it work. Let me see, where do I want the house to sit? It's going to be fairly large. But I think this path will come up to here, maybe? And they'll have a straight path that connects up these two things, and the house will sit in this general area right there. So this actually probably is good. Right about here. Yeah, this is a mess. This isn't fit for a general. My god. I gotta spruce this place up. Okay. So yeah, that's probably enough room. Do a little reflecting pool there. Well, I almost want it to be pushed back a little more than that. Because, like, again, it's going to be a horseshoe-shaped house, but if this entire area is just the home, that's huge. Maybe I could have done the path, like, here instead. Let me just redo it. It won't take me that long. Because I want the driveway, I guess you could call it, to be fairly long. Or just like you're walking up. You're not just like, oh, here's the house right on the road. It's a little pushed back. So it should be more like here. Okay, so that feels better. That's pushed back farther. It'll give me more room to build a garden out front. So I'll get rid of this line here, but I think for now, you know, the point of this video is building a house. So let's move on to that. Go back to this palette, which I will admit is going to feel very similar to the path of the road so far, but I think it'll be fine. You know, once we get the roof on and some plants, it'll be okay. But so let's say starts about there. I want to leave a little bit of room for like a hedge, ideally. But then I also want like what would you call it? You know how they have like those long rows of like columns and then a little trellis above? I don't know how to describe it, but I want to leave a bit of room. Look about there. That's fine. But I want... Let me think about what I want the main color to be, by the way. So we got eroded sandstone and smooth terracotta. Those are very similar. So let's keep those next to each other. And then wattle and daub. That's pretty cool. These ones are more textured. I want to save these ones for more particular spots. These will be the core ones right here. Now, is that too narrow? I mean, big house. Like if this was the interior. Yeah, probably a couple more blocks would do. Alright, and that's already the back. So then this will probably start curving in right here. Where's the front? Right there. Okay. It's probably not going to be perfectly symmetrical. We'll see. I mean, it would be great if it was. Why don't I just set up a symmetry line then? So it mirrors it like that. And then how close am I to that? Needs to go out a couple more blocks. My God, this house is going to be massive. Hopefully I can do it all in 3 hours. And then how far back do I want it to go? I guess to pretty much to here. A little bit of a backyard would be cool. I don't know if I'll have room for it. Like about there. We could have a terrace garden if I have time. I'm gonna have to level out this courtyard a lot, now to think about it. Also, is that really symmetrical? Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow, it doesn't look like it from down here. But probably because it's so lopsided. I guess what I'll do is raise all of this up so that you kind of elevate up into the courtyard. But I'll worry about that once the walls are done. This is super rough texturing, by the way. This is absolutely not what it'll be in the long term. I just didn't want to make it all the exact same block, even to start. As far as the height is concerned, I feel like I want it to be somewhat grand, but not too grand. One thing I want to say is that before I started this video, I was researching, like, are there any good Minecraft mods that add Roman blocks or, you know, like ancient blocks? And I found this one called Dawn of Time, and the UI is a little bit messy because of Axiom getting in the way, but it adds different cultural blocks, like Japanese blocks, German ones. And there's just so many cool options in here, man. Like, there's so many good columns and, like a couch, you know, like an ancient-looking footstool or something. Really high-quality-looking blocks. But I like these columns because they have... Oh, wait, hold on. That's because of symmetry. They have, like, you know, the column. And I wanted to use those here to, like, feel out how tall it would feel. Because I want to have columns on either side, I think. It's going to almost feel like a Japanese home in terms of the way that I'm laying this out, I bet. With like an open floor plan. You can just walk in and out. But before I even do that, I just wanted to mention that mod, because I'm going to definitely use some of the stuff from this mod. Let's do the courtyard. I'm going to go back to this path setup. And let's terraform this a bit. I certainly want the entire courtyard to be flat. Starting like here, probably. And so in that case, I want it to be a pretty tall house. Jeez. It's gonna feel huge. But that means I gotta terraform this down. Like this line right here is where the... what do I call it? Like the long grassy path or something. It'll make so much more sense once I actually build it. Or no, it was going to be here, wasn't it? That's right. So let's just keep this part flat. Let's flatten this part down. Let me just remember this is the center point. I know I haven't gotten into any detail at all, but I am really feeling this art style so far. I can't believe I've been doing Minecraft building for like 3 years now, and I've never done it. Like, I don't know if I've even done it just in a personal world, like not filming. Like, it's just not something that I've ever really tried to do. Which is weird, because I feel like it's a kind of popular thing on YouTube. I've seen a lot of people do Coliseum builds, and people have done it before on the Flow SMP, so I don't know why it's taken me so long to try it. Okay, yeah, that'll be a nice height. It's just gonna be really tricky making it naturally come down. But I could just have like a straight up staircase. And then we do like trees to kind of hide it, and there's like a retaining wall or something. It'll be more noticeable on that side where it's already kind of down. Like right here, it's only like 1 block down. It's not a big deal. I think why I'm enjoying this, partially, this art style, is because right now I'm listening to some ancient Roman music to kind of get me in the headspace for it, and it's reminding me of when we used to play Civ 5 a lot, me and my friends. And you start in the ancient era, and there's like those ancient sounding guitars, and it's just it's very vibey. Gets you going. Like I've been listening to a lot of like chill ambient music while I build, and that's been nice, but I feel like for this specific culture themed build, I wanted to do a little bit more. Like if I did I don't know, Scandinavian Viking build in the future, I'd probably put on some Scandinavian music. And I know that people are like, oh, you should include that in the video. It'd be super ambient. Because what I'm listening to right now is pretty ambient. But I just cannot find anything good, that kind of music, on the platforms that I pay for. You know, because I pay to use the music in the videos. And There's just nothing that good sounding. I've looked, man. I wish there was. Like Civ 5 style ancient music. It's really hard to find. Most music that YouTubers use is like elevator music or background music. Same with me. I try to pick some pretty cool sounding music or unique sounding stuff, but even I hear other people use it, which is always a weird feeling when you've made a video and it's like, wait a minute, I've used that exact same song before in my videos. What in the hell? What did I just do? I have no idea. I know I could do this a lot faster. I'm not going to act like this is the most efficient way to fill in this hill, but like I said, I'm trying to stick to mostly done by hand building. It's more, I don't know, it's more ASMR when you hear the sounds of the blocks. I don't mind it. Oh my god, I did it again. Is it this erase tool? It must be. Alright, that is not done, obviously, but I've got a flat enough courtyard now to work with that I could probably turn back to the walls and bring it up probably by at least 3 more blocks, and then we'll do the columns and start to get a little bit of detail. Start to work on the actual house. I definitely build in kind of a weird way. I'm not going to do the whole frame or anything. I kind of just bounce around from one thing to another in a project, and that might work for you. I'm curious if anyone has like a different style, or if you prefer to have more like a frame done or whatever before you get into the actual house. Because people always ask, how do you improve with your art or with your building? And if you start with a framework, you might box yourself in a little too much. I think it's pretty freeing to build in this way, where nothing is ever too concrete. Everything is subject to change. Okay, so is that too tall? I think one more block, one more layer. Okay. So if this was the courtyard, yeah, that feels pretty good. So now what we'll do is start breaking down some of these walls. And we're going to replace it with columns. But also I want, I think, a slight step up. So we'll get the slabs back. And then, like here, we'll do slabs. Oh wait, that's not going to, oh, it does place them with symmetry. Sweet. I don't think it textures them, though. Yeah, it doesn't even work with symmetry enabled. I guess what I will do is do columns every couple blocks. I don't want it to be like this, where you barely can squeak through. Oh, that is so cool. What a cool block. And there are different types of columns. There's marble, and there's also sandstone. I could do sandstone here and there. But this is a pretty grand place, so it should all be scrubbed clean. So, does that look nice? I almost want it to not go all the way to the wall. The only issue is that, like, that doesn't look good. That's too much. I guess here, this is what I'll do. I'll just shift them all over by one. And I could get some more detail, or like it's a bit spacey on these edges here, but I could just go back to symmetry and put some half slabs, or straight up actually. They've got, within this Dawn of Time mod, vertical slabs, like already baked in. I could just do that. There we go. So it looks a little bit, I don't know, tighter. Alright. And then the front entrance will be pretty grand. Definitely will have a step up. Is that wide enough? I think we'll go wider than that, actually. Yeah, that's good. Actually, this part will be more like a platform, so this should just be kind of fine bricks. And then this will be broken open like that. Now I wonder, can you do like a double thick one? I don't think so. Just one column looks a little flimsy. But I suppose I could build a custom column. Is this marble block? This exists as just a straight up block, right? Yeah. Oh wait, sided column. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, there's like the marble block, so I could build my own custom one. It's like a little thicker. Like that, you know? Because it's like the front entrance, it should be pretty grand. But see, I almost feel like this is too short now. I want this to be a very grand, tall entrance. So we might benefit from one more layer, actually. Yeah, that's better. Because now I can do this. And I might bring these in by one, actually. I don't know if that'll be too narrow. That feels better. It was a little too wide. And then what I'm seeing here is we break this part. And maybe even one more. And replace it with that sideways thing. But I don't want it to be that smooth, so I'm going to use the copycat slabs here. And we're going to grab the bricks. It is so annoying that I can't place stuff in slabs when symmetry is turned on. How does that look? I almost think that the marble columns are too clean looking. I wonder if the sandstone column would be better. I think this actually would be better. We could do marble on the inside. And there's a lot more sandstone options. So many options, my god. Is there a column? There's this one. Yeah, I think that's actually better. It was too white looking. Yeah, so how does that look? Yeah, that's better. Just matches it nicer. You know, I actually don't know if I love the gap being that strong. I might do this instead. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think actually just nothing. Or just make it all full blocks. That's the best one. Okay. And then I want this to arch up a little bit. That's cool. We could make it even better with a layer. Money. All right. Let's go back to symmetry and bring the walls up now. I don't know exactly how I want to do this front gate, but it does need a little bit of depth, I think. Like slabs here or something. And I mean, windows are going to be a big feature on the outside. So that'll help. Okay. I think also the roof would be a good thing to work towards, so I could finish up the wall. And then we'll throw the roof on. That'll help. God, this is so tall. My God. I'm about to, like, put some garden beds or even just terraform this to raise it up. Because it looks like a skyscraper. Oh, actually, that's too tall. Okay, we're almost done. Alright, so now we can grab the roof pallet. Man, this place is going to be a palace. Jace. Alright, let me throw just a few windows in as well. That feels right. They look a little large, I know, but I'll make them a little smaller with slabs. Oh, wait, that's cool. Or I could make this one like this. That'll look a little too large. Do a wall. Too gritty. More about that later. That's not really the point right now. Alright, so the roof pallet is over here. It's going to be all these jungle blocks. And just in case, let me see if I've missed anything good. I don't think I have. Like, there are dirt bricks. Ooh, that would mesh well. Alright, we'll include dirt bricks. So, I know that with Roman roofs, they're supposed to be pretty shallow. Like, this is not going to be an A-frame or anything like that. So in that regard, I'll do it like every 2. Like that. Potentially. I could also do, well, no, I want to be able to have trim on the outside. I'll keep it as blocks. Let me see. It'll overhang ever so slightly by getting the step block. And the front will be like a Parthenon. Do a slab in the middle. Yeah, I just wonder, is that too shallow? I don't think it is. Just kind of awkward that it doesn't come to a... Like, the point is almost too pointy. Maybe it's not. That looks fine. That looks fine. But then this is going to also come up like this, I believe. So it'll be like a corner roof. Alright, yes, yes. I do believe that's correct. I don't know. We'll see. Let me do this part. See how it connects up. Yeah, at a glance, though, I think that's a nice color match. It hurts me to see something so plain looking. I know it looks bad, but I will make it look good. Man, what is happening with this roof? I think the problem is that if this was a perfect corner roof, then this width of this would be the same width as this part. But this part is so much bigger that it's kind of awkward, right? Like the top roof is going to be kind of flat, which I didn't really consider. But I should be able to improvise. Like this should just keep sloping up. I guess this could be a skylight. That'd be really cool, actually. It's all flat and rectangular. I mean, that's a little large for a skylight, but... yeah, we could do that into a skylight. But at a glance, there's that part. Let me do the trim. That's going to bother the shit out of me if it's not detailed. I almost want a darker block for the trim. Because it looks a little too light as is, but that's pretty subtle. As far as this part goes, I feel like this needs to be even flatter than it already is. Trim should go like this. I don't know. What do I do here? Maybe a vertical slab? this could be a much darker... Oh, what about like spruce planks? That work? I don't know. This definitely is not going to work. This needs to be bites, I think. That looks better. This roof is very flat, I will say, so I think it would benefit from some slabs. Yeah, that'll be much smoother. Well, here, let me copy this over. Before I forget. There we go. It's coming together, don't worry. Here, for now, let's go back to this palette. I wanted to get the... whatever the hell I was trying to call it. I don't know. The, like, slopey thing here. You'll see what I mean. How does it look, by the way, from the inside? Let me see how much room I have. Ooh, this is going to be so grand. So this is the path. Right here. And then this is going to be where a little raised up bed will be. Let me get a different slab. And then I do want to get columns again. Let's look at the sandstone columns. Once I get the design down, I'll re-enable symmetry. But it sucks that I can't put columns on slabs. Maybe that's fine though. So we'll put the slab here. Need those sandstone bricks again. The only issue is the windows are here now. I can make them a little smaller. That's fine. 3 was a little bit much, actually. So it could be like that. And then we'll have like a sloping up slab roof. Like that. And then I wanted to make it kind of like a trellis. So there would be leaves and green shit growing on it. Let me get I think actually marble would be good here. I know I said marble should be an interior thing, but just so that this is different from this part, maybe we do marble. Yeah, that would be cool. So let me put symmetry back on now. I don't love that arch. I gotta fix that. Something's off about that. And this is gonna go, I guess, the width of the house part. Oh wait, that is so not symmetrical. What on earth? Jeez. I think it'll just go that wide. Okay. So yeah, let's get marble columns then. Oh, sweet. Every 2 works. Is there anything similar to marble? I still would like some texture. Ideally. Yeah, there is quartz, but isn't it like really white? Oh no, it's very similar actually. Never mind. It's got some shine to it. Right, and that's pretty closed off right now. This is actually going to be elevated. That's why I put it up here. Oh wait, if it's going to be elevated, how do I want to do this? I don't think I do want it to be elevated. Or it'll just be very slightly up. But it'll be like this instead. But I want to get plants in here, so like maybe this could be dirt. I really wish that you could have... Well, okay, no, this is what I could do. We'll get some mossy slabs. Oh, that's not a thing. Okay, hold on. Grab grass and moss. We will do the marble edge. And then in this, I could put grass. Right? Sweet. Oh yeah, that's the design. This part feels a little flimsy, but I think that's too much. Alright, I did want a little bit of greenery on the top, though. But I don't want it to be open, per se. I don't think. Maybe some wooden supports. I saw that that was a block that was added. I thought it was. Maybe it's spruce support. These things, support beam. Would that fit somewhere? That's really thick. Not really. I don't know. You'd see through if it was like that. Oh, that's nice. Maybe some pots out front? They do add these flower pots. Can you put stuff in them? Yeah, kind of. Oh, a little bit of ivy. That would go a long way. I wish there was like a mossy sandstone. I don't think there is. Something that would like fit into this nicely. Not really. Okay, well. I think this is fine. I know I turned off symmetry. Wait, how did I do that? Oh, the ivy grew. It broke it. Oh, Jesus. Let's keep it simple. Yeah, let me clone this over now. There we go. Yeah, that's really cool. That's kind of what I was trying to do at the front. And I think the marble was a good choice. It differentiates it enough from the rest of the house. But let me put symmetry back on. I wanted to texture the windows a little bit. And I'm not going to have the windows per se. Like if this is ancient Rome, I don't think they even had glass really. Like it would just be open. But it needs some sort of trim. Like this is too plain as is. But now that this is in the way, it's like I wanted to do a lip below. I mean, if it was one block, feel like that's too small now. Yeah. I mean, I can still move the roof up, but I like where the height is of the roof. So let's just move it up by 1. And then I'll do a slice here. And then this would be a slightly darker version of whatever this is. Oh my lord, what? What is in the way? Why can't I put it in there? You guys see what's happening, right? That one works. Why is this one being so stubborn? What if I just do a step instead? I think it's the same size. Or bites. Yeah, we'll just do bites. Being stubborn. This one too. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I don't think they would even have shutters, but it just looks very plain. Maybe I'm just not used to not really detailing that much. But at least like something to separate it. Like we can get the slab. And then I can do bites. Like this can stay like that. See, I don't want it to all be bites. This should be that, and then this should be that. Because that way, it would accent the window very subtly, but you can notice it. So it'll take more effort, but I think this will be worth it. Like that. Because I can't really put detail in here at this scale, so I gotta get creative with how I would do it. And I think this is a fine workaround. Wait, which one is this? Alright, that's cool. So this probably looks quite different from the last cut. I'd made a lot of progress here, and the reason that I wasn't filming it is because my girlfriend and I, we went to the beach, and when we got back, I was tired, but I still wanted to build. So I just did some building off camera and got a little carried away. It's probably not dramatically different, I don't know, but like I've had windows, the front entrance, these side things are now done. So let me give you a little tour. I added some details in the courtyard. This is the front entrance. There's a Roman emblem up there, which is cool. There's these statues of Mars, which are really neat. And then I tried for a while to find a good door design, and I think I landed on this, which, by the way, I actually need to replace the handle. I think it was yellow? Yeah. These handles are really cool. And this one is tilted this way by way of Create Aeronautics. I have a little thing in here with a torsion spring which tilts the door. and it just basically holds that position. I ran into a couple of issues with the random gap forming as this thing folded out, so this one is actually 4 pixels long or whatever, like 4 quarter blocks. This one's only 3. But it's fine. I managed to fill the gap in, and it looks pretty cool. But yeah, you can probably tell I did some interior work. So here is the atrium. I wanted to use a lot of marble. I talked about that. Using the sandstone on the outside and marble more so on the inside. I probably won't fully be able to get away with doing all marble in here because I don't have to somehow cover that up on the outside, which I've had to do a little bit here with these panels. I added a trim as well. There is the ceiling for where my idea was the rain would fall through, and then that's how, like, what fills up the fountain, or it drains or something. I don't know. It's all imagination. And then I thought some sort of like mural wall would be cool. I know they have a lot of tapestries in ancient Rome, and a good way to communicate that could be with paintings, like filling up the whole wall with like a tapestry or something. I don't know. I also don't know exactly how I'll do lighting in here. Like what would be realistic. I could just do lanterns, I guess, but I don't know. Like, is there a Roman specific lantern? I don't think so. So I'll just have to improvise on that. But also, like, this flooring is still a little bit plain in here. I'm not sure if I'll have like an altar or something, just something to fill up the space, but a couch could go there. But yeah, you can see just how big each wing is going to be. So I'll probably divide this up into a room, and then we'll have like a bathhouse, kitchen, a study, and then also this is open back here. And I thought it could be cool if this just flows all the way out to a balcony that overlooks this. It's an incredible view, so we should capitalize on that. But yeah, I've done a lot of interior work. I'm sorry for not recording it, but I think what I'm going to do is actually switch back to the front, because it's really bothering me how this massive gap is right here. It's not supposed to look like this. It's going to be more of like a sloping down layer, and we'll have the like garden bed out front that I talked about. So let's switch back to landscaping. I've kind of destroyed my color palette, so I'll have to switch back to these blocks, I guess. And we'll make this slope down much more gradually. Alright, that's a good start. I mean, I will say, let me just check real quick. I know that Axiom has a slope tool. This thing here, I don't know if this will work. Yeah, I mean, it's going to slope up the grass that way. What if I started it in that direction? No. Okay, because it's going to pull up the grass from here. I think it like uses context around it. So it's just going to be grabbing these grass blocks here. So I'll just do this by hand. Yeah, let me remember that this is the main front entrance. And I kind of want it to be flanked by trees, ideally. So it like frames it out. It's super symmetrical. I love it. It's going to make for a cool thumbnail. Oh, it's off center. Oops. I wonder if it should actually be 5 blocks wide. Because this one was 3. And I said that was like an access road. Maybe 5 would be more grand. We can see. Yeah, 5 feels pretty grand. I like that. But yeah, so this is just going to very gradually slope down to that. But I still want this part to be kind of flat so that I can put in that, not reflecting pool per se, but just some sort of pond that's been very much curated. In which case, I'll probably make it at this height. So it's just got to slope up by like 2 blocks. Should be doable. This will be like a... Like, it's not a general, or it's not like a king that lives here. It's like a general or a senator. So it's not going to be a royal garden, per se. It's just going to be like a, you know, very fancy garden, but nothing too grandiose. Like a rich person garden. But this is not like, you know, the Palace of Versailles or anything. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know how this side is going to be handled. It's such a massive wall. And I probably should terraform that a bit. Oh, we could do a vineyard. That would be really cool. Okay, that's already looking quite a bit better. I'm going to carve out how big the pool will be, because that'll give me context for how large this slope should be. So maybe here. And I want it to be pretty rectangular. And kind of be right by the road. About that large. Alright. It's a little boxy, but I just didn't really leave that much room. I mean, I could redo the path. I wanted there to be like a slightly larger front, you know, yard thing. Let me paint back over this part with grass. Just cover that up. I'll redo the road. Yeah, that'll give me more room. And then I can make the pond a little bit longer. Looks a bit short. Alright. How's that? Could be even like a few blocks longer. Like to there. But yeah, the road feels better. The road was like right here. Now it's just too small. I mean, this is a senator after all. He would have land. I won't do all the road right now. I just wanted to get this to connect up to the main road. Alright, that'll do. Let's do the pond. And then once that's done... I mean, I don't know. Like, it feels like I just need to have like a retaining wall. Or at least just push this back slightly. I mean, I could shift the entire house just down by a couple blocks. I mean, honestly, like that would fix the issue of this being a little too tall. Let's just do that, straight up. Let me just grab everything. And we'll shift it all down by 2 blocks. Oh, this is going to be a little ambitious. Here goes nothing. Oh, crashed my game. That is so fucking dumb. It's because the copycat bytes break when you move them with Axiom. Oh god. I know how to fix this. I know how to fix this. It'll just take me a second. Alright, so here's how I fixed it before. I gotta delete my player data and then fly back just before I load in the house. Right before the render distance hits it. And then I gotta fill in the coordinates of where those copycat bytes are with air. And that'll effectively delete the byte and it'll fix it. The only problem is that it's a gamble with how much I'm gonna delete. So we'll just see what happens after I run the command. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh, it worked. It just fucking deleted the entire front of the house. Oh my god. Oh man, that was so much detail. At least it fixed it, but Jesus. I might just look at a picture, honestly, and replicate it from my recording. That sucks. Okay, at least I didn't lose the entire house, because I was really worried that was going to happen. But yeah, lesson learned, never, ever, ever move copycat blocks with Axiom. Do not do it. Well... And it didn't even move it down by 2 blocks, did it? Or no, it did. Okay. Alright. Well, that's not a total fail, right? We did get a little bit of a win there. Just gotta fucking fix the front now. Alright, hold on. Oh my god, it broke the door. Oh my god, that sucks. What else did it break? Anything else? Wait, it broke everything. At least it didn't break the atrium, I guess. Like, I could undo the operation, I guess, actually. Undo to this point. Locate change. Can I just undo it? Why is that grayed out? Oh. Oh, I crashed the game again. Oh my god. Well, the front is back. What the fuck? But all the... What? I mean, I can't tell which one was better, but you know what? I'm done typing in commands and deleting player data to continue to go back and forth. Like, I just gotta pick one or the other. I mean, on the bright side, well, there is no bright side. It's also back up now, by the way. It went 2 blocks back up. Well, here's the thing, man. The door is back. Oh, the door is broken. Well, yeah, the atrium is fine. God's sakes. Here's the thing. I still need a thumbnail, so I need to fix this anyways, right? Like, it's not really, like, a debatable thing. Like, I do have to get a thumbnail. So, I might as well just get back to work. Okay, so this was like this. I mean, this is honestly going to test some of my chops. Back when I was a kid, I used to try to build Lego kits just by looking at the box. Not fully, but like I used to, you know, I would be like, oh, I could do that. I don't really need the instructions, so I'm just looking at the image of what it was before. And, I mean, it should work well enough. It just sucks that I have to do this. But I do really love this build, so I do not want to give up on it. At least, and there's some bit of guide. Like, I can tell this is where that cool awning was. Like, that's entirely deleted. That sucks. There's so much detail in that. Alright, and then this was a block. And then we had a copycat slab. I know that symmetry works. Like, I can do this. And it'll place it on that side. I just cannot clone it. Never, ever, ever clone stuff. Or move it, or whatever. I hope they fix that. It's such an annoying bug with Axiom and copycats. I guess I'll just leave this footage in. I want to see you guys see me struggle. Alright? I'm not going to cut much of it out. It's still building, isn't it? Alright, and then there were like some fancy windows. Man, this was so intricate. But I think it was like 2, and then 1, and 2? I believe so. And then this is where I used bytes to communicate like a half slab here. And it was trimmed with like this. I'll do it later, the column block. And then there was a 3 block little gap here. The image has it as bytes, like these things, but I'm actually going to use panels. That'll be thinner. Okay, so there's the windows. I'll detail that later. Let's do this awning thing. So I'm actually going to do this side because that's the image I'm working with. Man, do I remember what blocks it was? I think it was marble. Some of this stuff. Here, let's fill this in before I forget. My God, so much damage. A catastrophe struck. Why is this in by one block? Is that because I had symmetry screwed up? I must have. Like, that's just wrong. Let's just fix this. Wall should be right here. Honestly, I might have to make this video 2 parts. I want to do the whole idea justice, but I am behind schedule now. All this shenanigans. We'll see. We'll see. Let me know if you guys want to see that. Oh yeah, look at the windows. They're so off-center. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, okay. This was very much screwed up. And I'm not going to dare move them with Axiom. I'm just going to have to replace them by hand. Alright, so what was it? It was 2 blocks. And then bytes here. Oh no, this was bytes. Oh wait, hold on a minute. I think I screwed that up. What was this other side? 2 blocks. Oh, because the middle one is only 2. That's right. Thought something was off. There we go. So now I can do the awning thing, which has been completely eradicated, but it's okay. We'll go back to the marble. Also, marble coffer. I don't know what this is. It just places a whole block. It looks kind of weird in the menu. So for this, make sure symmetry's turned on. Make sure it's in the right place, for God's sakes. And I believe it was 4 blocks out. I'll do 3 columns. So is that right? The panels are on the side. I think that'll do. I had a lot of mixture of quartz in here, but I don't really like that. Also, wait, hold on a minute. In the image... Oh, these windows are too tall. Ah, I was going to say, like, the slabs are in the way here. But in the image, there's one, like, bite layer above. It's like this. And then this block is right here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright, let's fix all of these then. Yeah, so all of this should be marble. It'll be more homogeneous this way. And then it was 5 columns, each one spaced apart by 2. Perfect. And then we had they call it like a, what do they call it? A marble edge, but it's really just a copycat step. It's the same pixel size for the garden beds. You know what? Yeah, I had it as a gap, but let's just make the whole thing like this. That'll be cool. And then we had some grass slabs. And then grass lilacs on the slabs. Alright, and then there were some potted plants here. Big flower pot. This could just have grass. And that's pretty close. I think all we're missing are the panels in the side and some trapdoors. Oh my god, fucking place it. And then it looks like I also had a slice on the front. Like this. Okay. That's pretty close. We just need trapdoors now. I had iron trapdoors before, but I mean, that doesn't make a lot of sense, right? It's ancient Rome. So maybe we get a wooden one. I did iron, so maybe jungle would be a good switch. It's like a trellis, you know? There we go. Nice and light. That's pretty good. Let's just throw back in some detail now. And like, add some bricks on the wall, like this. Where's my wall palette? Did I throw it away? I must have. We could have little bricks like this jutting out. And also a little bit of leaf glitter. Oh, I gotta redo the door as well. That sucks. That was such a cool door. So now I could do the roof again. And then that should be most of it. I just gotta do the door. It's not too bad. It's just frustrating that I had to redo this shit. Is it even doing it on that side? Oh my god, I just realized the symmetry's not on. God's sakes. Well, okay. I can clone this, because this is just blocks. Make sure there's no copycats in there. I can clone this. Without issue. There we go. Yeah, make sure symmetry's on. Goodness. And then we'll just do slabs, and then I think we're actually like, well, not totally done. We're gonna do the door still. Alright, roof is fixed, so now we just have the door. This part will be pretty quick. Just rebuild the system. I'll show you how I did it, now that I know that it's possible. So, we'll just grab the same blocks. I built it out of like this basalt looking stuff. Slag, that's right. And then this panel. It's pretty much the whole design. And then I just attached it to a, well, you'll see. Wait, was it on this layer? How was this block here? Why don't we just redo it? What layer? This is on this block, okay. Okay, so there's that. But then I also put bites on either end because of the, you know, the gap that will form when the door is actually opened. Actually, I prefer it to be slag. Okay, I'll just glue it all together. Oh, it already is. Well, let's redo it. Like that, and also the front. And then we just attach all the components together. We had it at 70 degrees. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And there, yeah, see that gap there? Okay, so what I'll do, that's why this block was here. It's like a slice, I think. Yeah, vertical slice. I don't love that this deep slate is there, though. I actually want it to all be slag, like I said. So let me unpower it. And then turn it back into blocks. Okay, and then this is covered. And then I used bites? How did I cover up this part? How did I do that part? Did I have it all by one block lower, actually? So it was like this. I don't think I did, but maybe I did. There we go. It's still gonna have an awkward like shadow. Did I put a block over it or something? Oh, kind of. Oh, wait a minute. I mean, it's kind of weird. Alright, that's just gonna have to do. That's fine, that's fine. It's covered up. Alright. Door's fixed. Oh. Screwed that up. Okay. I think it's all recovered now. Jesus. That took me like half an hour. Just to get right back to where I was before. Good lord. Okay. Let's reset. Get the path blocks back and we'll do the pond. Something simple. Something I cannot screw up. With symmetry or whatever. We'll do a bunch of hedges right here to line the road. I'll probably do some custom trees. We'll see. But definitely some hedges. Small ones. Does that look good? I actually think I like the snake plant the best one. I don't know if that fits this biome, but I'm not really feeling the parlor palm. Maybe here and there, but not as a dominant thing. I really gotta solve this sloping issue though before I really do this. Maybe I just accept that it's gonna be like a retaining wall. That's what it'll be, because this is too short now to make this look really natural. I want it to be built out of bricks. I think there are marble bricks. Maybe there's not. This I'll put symmetry on for. But like maybe I should preserve this slope right here. Kind of natural. Because it'd be cool if it was asymmetrical. I kind of like that. I still have no idea how I'm going to tackle this side. Save that for later. Yeah, that's cool looking. They're like little miniature pointy plants. And that's really tall. skinny trees you see in the Mediterranean. It's cool. But I almost want it to be multiple layers of grass. We'll see. Like leaves. Like a proper hedge line. I don't know for certain. I wanted like a arched doorway of leaves here. It's kind of cool. As far as this part goes, I mean, it's just going to be like one gigantic garden, so it's a bunch of plants. I don't think I want the slope here. I guess the hedges could act like a privacy partition, but I don't know if it would go all the way to the road. Just some small bushes. I think firefly bushes would fit the aesthetic. Because they're already kind of dusty looking. Here and there. Yeah, like, is that too bright? I don't know if that works. It adds a little bit of detail. I mean, no, that does work, I think. Here and there. Not so much on this section, but in the sandy sections, I think so. What to do with this? Oh dear. Not that, that's for sure. Like, I want to have leaves, but I also want it to be somewhat curated looking. I don't want just random bushes everywhere. This can stay like that, but once we're within the garden walls, I feel like it should be kind of like planters or something. Yeah, I think it looks best when it's taller. This looks too small, right? I feel like it is. And also just some other types of leaves mixed in would be good. How would acacia look? Yeah. It's actually really cool how that's all being layered together. Looks really thick. Oh yeah, that's nice. Should start doing this too. This will be a pretty flat pond. Like honestly, probably just one block deep. It'll be like the reflecting pool at DC. But not grass. I guess sand maybe? Or mud? Maybe mud. Wish mud wasn't so repetitive. There's not really anything else. Like, nah. Oh. Dear. And then we'll get some seagrass for sure. Yeah, that adds so much life already. Yeah, I think what we could do right here is turn this into like a seating spot where the general would meet with the emperor about their business. And this needs a railing. I believe there is a straight up marble, yeah, marble fence. Oh my god, bro, that's so cool looking. That is actually so fire. I love that. I think I'll replace this with sand though. And then I know that's now uncovered, but we'll do layers. Copycat layer. Yeah, so we could just make it dirt, I guess. I mean, rooted dirt as well. Like a gazebo over there would be interesting. But yeah, there were those, what are they called? They're in the Dawn of Time menu. Footstool. Would this make sense outside? I think so. That's pretty cool. I'll have a few benches. Three. That's 4 from the edge. Oh, it's not going to be symmetrical. Whatever. It looks fine. That's nice. Still kind of empty, though. A little bit of grass. Like some flowers. Not here, but somewhere would be cool. And I guess sugarcane would be nice. Oh. Definitely some lily pads. That's nice. We do need some trees. I think that's what this is missing. Do some acacia trees. What is the dragon tree? Maybe this doesn't actually grow into a tree, but that looks fire. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah. Money. That's a little tall. Alright, that's definitely adding a lot of life. I don't think a tree really makes sense over here. But some lilacs, maybe? I don't know. This just looks empty. I mean, leaves on the back wall, maybe? It's alright, I guess. It's nice. I mean, I guess like a rich person would have an awning, but I don't think we have that. I could build an awning. Is that too low? Oh, that's cozy, actually. I like that. And then as a final touch, could I put banners on the back? Ooh, I don't think I can. That would have been so cool. Like right there. Well, actually, no. Hold on. Put it there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's so cool, bro. What? Alright, I'm not gonna copy and paste it out of, risk of it breaking the whole area again, but I will definitely rebuild that. That's so cool looking. Alright. That is so rad. That definitely is good now. Like, I like that area. Looks great. As far as this side goes, it's going to be more or less the same kind of thing. I won't do a pool. And I didn't do a gazebo down there yet. That's fine. But it'll be probably more tree dominant. It's not going to be a vineyard or anything like that. But let's do the road. Let's switch back to that. So that's all framed. And then we could do some sort of garden forest thing. I think that's the old road. That's right. Okay, that's pretty flat now. I'll do that part in a second. But yeah, I think there's plenty of room for trees, like another garden. Look how cool this place looks, bro. Man, so symmetrical. I'll definitely do another hedge line. Like it'll be like a little forested park, I guess. Man, that road looks kind of bad. I might repaint that. Yeah, I'll repaint that. Oh my god, that's so cool. Look at this. Grand entrance. Let me get the layers, by the way. I'll do a copycat slab and a layer. Make this really smooth. That's cool. I do want some of this leaf litter on the main path as well. I don't know if I want to have a arch here. Probably not. I don't want to block the view of the door. Yeah, I'll keep that as is. There's kind of a drop here. Let me fix this. Alright, there's some nice paths. I think I'll do hedges on this wall. I don't know if I'll do the same thing over here where I had like a sitting spot. Like there's no real need for two. Just question is what will go here. I don't know for sure. Like a miniature pond? I thought about that, but I don't want to dilute from this over here. Don't worry about that. We'll do something like a flower bed, something like that. And then definitely some really tall hedges, because this is the main road right here. This is such a cool effect, man. I love this hedge. So, is that tall enough? Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, that's rad. A little thin in some parts. Beef that up. Yeah, it's like you're walking here. It's like, oh, what's in there? Can't really see, right? That's the point. Sweet. So now we'll just do some trees. That'll further make this feel bushy if there's like trees in the way as well. Nice tall acacia trees. I did talk about doing those tall, whatever you call those trees, that you see in Mediterranean countries, but I'll probably save that for either another video or somewhere else in the property. I don't think it would make sense here because we've already got the spiky things here. I want to differentiate it with acacia. Oh, I should do a hammock in here. That'd be cool. Between two trees. Maybe right here. I think it's 4 blocks wide for a hammock. Let's do purple. Or Roman colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this too wide, actually? Yeah, I think it's too wide. Do a different tree spot. Oh, too dense. Maybe right here. 3rd time's the charm. There we go, that's cool. This is very tranquil in here. So I don't want to overcrowd it. And it's going to get kind of dark in there. But that's pretty interesting. There's also garlands. I could string these between trees. Like that. Probably be pretty subtle, but could be some cool extra detail. Not a lot of room to put these, honestly. Definitely lacking some grass. Yeah, this is where, you know, the Roman senator would come have his morning walk and sip his wine while he thinks about how to screw the common man. I still don't know what to put here. I guess I could do some flowers when we turn it into coarse dirt again. Yeah, so let's grab some grass and I'll make some flower boxes. How would I do this? Like this. Is it 6 blocks? 5 blocks. I want dark oak for this for some reason. This should just be pathway, right? Or no, this is pathway. I'll scatter it throughout like this. Supposed to be gestural back here. Alright, and then this is where some very colorful plants will go. What on earth? Does this need an awning? I mean, it would probably have to go above this. Could be really cool. Do I want that? Let's see. I don't want it to dilute the symmetry of the build. There was this wooden support beam. Whoa, that's thick. I don't know. Do I like that? I don't know. I don't think that's necessary. Kind of getting in the way of the fence, which I really like. Alright. Well, this looks beautiful. The outside landscaping, that's really adding a lot. There's a couple spots I probably missed. Just need a little more grass. Yeah, no, this is beautiful. So, I think if you guys like this video, if it does well, I might do a part 2, because I definitely did not finish it. We did not do much of the interior. But the core idea is now there. My god, I am so glad that I decided to stick through it and power through, because you saw the bullshit I had to go through to recover the copycat bite mess. But either way, I hope you like this video. Let me know if you want to see a part 2, and I'll see you next time.